What's up, nerds? I'm Greg.
I'm Donald.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm still Michael.
And we're from Nerd Underground. And welcome to the Nerd Underground show. The third taping.
Woo!
Episode 3.
All right. Yes.
We'll add in better applause later.
Yes, congratulations, guys.
The internet hasn't killed us yet.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Nerds.
All right. So,
It was a good movie.
what cool nerd stuff has come out this week?
That Daredevil trailer.
Daredevil
Trailer dope!
It looks pretty dark and looks pretty awesome.
It does. I'm excited.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Doing some good stuff.
It finally showed the villain.
Yeah, Kingpin looks like boss ass bitch.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
But he doesn't look totally villainous either. He looks like, from the trailer, you
he's a
could
gangster,
sympathize
man.
with him.
He's
You can
cerebral.
Yeah, you can sympathize with his cause a little bit.
I don't know, man. He terrified. Like I said, he's the bad dude from The Cell. And they just I remember seeing that movie as a young kid. I was like, this is terrifying.
What happened in that movie? I've never
What
seen
is
it.
that movie?
No? Oh, it's amazing. It's awesome. It has Jenny from the Block. And and it's just, her in all her tightness. It's just a good movie. It's creepy. Watch it.
I want to check that out.
You think they're gonna cross the line, the border? They're gonna push the edge that they haven't been able to push in any of the other Marvel movies or whatever they've come out with? You think they'll be able to cross that line?
Yeah, because it's Netflix and it's the guy who did Spartacus. He's the showrunner.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, I remember him saying, we're gonna be able to push the line. It's gonna be a lot darker and a lot more mature. But at the same time, it's not gonna be as gratuitous as Spartacus was. It's gonna be a little more restrained and real to keep it in line with the world.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, it is still Marvel, and he is a pretty big hero, and it's still connected, isn't it?
And the challenge is going to be to get away with stuff, but also make it connected to everything that everyone else watches.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm actually really excited to binge watch it when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
But it I don't know.
I'm excited for all of them. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
That's right. Iron Fist. I can't wait till
And
they're all supposed to come out.
Be together at the end.
And what's their the Defenders,
the
right?
Defenders,
Yeah.
the Defenders.
They're gonna do all of them. I think Iron Fist is the last one.
Yeah, Iron Fist is the very last one. They haven't announced who's playing him yet. That's the only one.
You don't know yet?
No.
How do you not know who it
It's your
Because they
guy.
haven't announced
It's like
it.
your guy.
I know, he's one of my guys.
You
I
need to be
know.
on that,
call
Kyle.
dude.
That's
Like,
why
hey, man.
I know, they haven't called me yet. That's why I Google every day. Who's playing Iron Fist? Who's playing Iron Fist?
I can't wait for that though.
I'm gonna laugh when it comes out while we're filming this.
Yeah,
Right.
Right now.
The phone rings.
Right now.
Give it up.
Yeah, who is it?
No
Give me
phone
the
in
scoop.
class.
They're gonna. I'm excited for all those. So I think that's gonna be a new level, just because it's Netflix and Netflix can do things that other movies can't.
Who do you want to play?
Iron Fist?
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it too much, but recently I saw something about the main young actor from Thor, or not Thor, Tron. Remember Tron, the guy who played the main guy in Tron?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his name is.
I know the face. I do not know who.
Yeah, I thought he could possibly pull it off, maybe, but I haven't got anyone specifically in mind.
John Leguizamo.
No, not John Leguizamo. No.
It'd be so
Hey
good.
guys, speaking of Tron, did you see that? I believe they started production on the third one.
They are going to be doing another one.
I saw something they started production, or it's whatever.
The second modern one.
Well, I mean, the second one was a continuation of the first one, so technically it's the third movie. So it's the third movie's in production.
Stenographer over there.
I had no idea there was a Tron 2.
No, the
the one that came out not too long ago was technically the second one.
The original one was like a 70s, 80s ordeal.
With Jeff Bridges and Olivia Wilde. That one?
Yeah, that's the.
Well, Jeff Bridges was in.
He was the dad.
Yeah.
He was in the original one?
He was in the original, I believe.
Was he?
No,
I think.
no.
I
I'm saying
thought that's
he
what you
was
were
in
saying.
the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I thought it was
yeah.
the original.
You're looking at me like you're telling me it's the
No, I was
first
like,
one.
I said like Jeff Bridges. Like, no, wait.
You look when you started off. You're looking at me like, yeah, Jeff Bridges. Like you were gonna say he's in the first one, but then you're just staring at me. I don't know what you were
You're
going.
beautiful.
No, I'm not. But what else come out this week? Any? I know there's a lot of news that came out this week, especially for Mortal Kombat. We talk about Mortal Kombat all the time, but there's so much stuff that keeps getting released.
Mortal Kombat's your baby.
That's.
I think it's all of our babies.
That's really good.
That's that whole week it comes out, you guys won't hear from me because
me
I'm just gonna
either.
be playing it and then getting my ass whooped online.
He's gonna come in on that podcast and he's gonna have the controller and he's gonna be playing it off screen and he's gonna be like, yeah.
We're just gonna have to do like the video capture of everybody playing it at their own like respective home. Probably. I love Johnny Cage's chest tattoo. I love how he looks like a washed out like West Coast porn star.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new trailer? The one that revealed him and Sonya.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Did you see the 7-minute first part of the story?
I did only because I didn't want to spoil myself.
I didn't want to do it either, but I watched it and it's just so
good,
but it's so confusing at the same time.
Yeah, because I was gonna watch it and the guys on the screening said, "Oh, this is in the first chapter, but it's not the first thing."
Right. Let me break all this down for you. All right.
Explain.
Before I get into that, okay, the characters who have been revealed this week are Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, and Jason Voorhees. First DLC combat pack.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, this combat pack, there's going to be more characters
Yeah.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is it's obviously gonna be their biggest one, but they're gonna have the ability to just like add these characters DLC.
Yeah.
Like they have I forgot how many characters there are. Like I completely forgot about Nightwolf and like all these other people.
I want Nightwolf in there.
I love Nightwolf, but like
I think he was in the third game he premiered, so I definitely want him in there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it before, but Kintaro. I want Kintaro.
Kintaro
I want Kintaro.
I just want Jade.
I want Tiger Goro.
Fucking
I want
Jade.
Tiger
Jade's not
Goro
coming.
because of his
Jade's
cheap
not
ass
coming.
move.
I know Jay's not coming. It's ridiculous.
Well, maybe she will. Who knows?
Maybe she will later in the DLC, but maybe like
it's a pretty good
a
indication
third pack
that
after
she
everyone
will.
stopped playing.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah.
come out and then you'll go back and do it.
I'll do this one for the internet. I want Jade.
But
That's
like,
what I'm trying to sound like. What I really meant to say was, I wish Jade.
That's what the collective internet sounds
Right,
like.
exactly. The internet's gonna be like, that guy is such a wiener. No, I would love Jade to come back. I'm all about,
Nah, you see, the wieners are the ones who aren't gonna play the game because Melina's boobs aren't big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, right? That's a thing.
I love it.
That's a thing.
It's funny.
I think it's progression in the right direction.
It's like,
though.
I remember playing Deadly Alliance.
yeah.
And it was like ridiculous how much the boobage jiggled. Like
Just the last game.
It's like, well, look at the new Laura Croft. They made a whole point of of actually like
Desexualized.
like bringing her bust size down because like the first Tomb Raider. Holy shit!
those triangles,
Dude.
Polygons never
They
looked so
were
good.
they like it's like her clothes were painted on and she just had like Minecraft tits. You know, it was ridiculous.
But at the same time, all of this movement for modernizing a woman a bit, they still look good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the new Lara Croft still looks sexy.
The new Supergirl.
Yeah.
Awesome job on the costume, man. And she has leggings, and then they go, it's because it's only more practical flying through the air and fighting bad guys. They'll wear leggings. It's like, oh shit.
And even in comics, they just revealed Wonder Woman's new costume.
And that's very concealing.
And
the new Thor.
It looks more like a Greek armor or something like that, which is right down her alley.
Yeah.
It takes away for like the prepubescents who doesn't have internet. What am I talking about? Everybody has internet now. Yeah, you're right. We could totally
Kids
not.
are born with iPhones.
Yeah. We no longer need to have our comics be subjectives because everybody has iPhones.
Exactly.
But aside from those guys released, the second character aside from Jade, who's they've confirmed is not going to make a return, is Mocap. If anybody remembers who Mocap is, he's the motion capture guy, Johnny Cage's friend, who he brought in Deadly Alliance to like help with the film or whatever. He's the dude who has the little motion capture things all over him.
Yeah.
I don't really care that he's. I completely forgot about him in the first place.
That was just like a funny character. To put in.
Yeah,
like, just it was like him and what was the other one? Meat.
Yeah.
Like the person without skin.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me, but those are the characters that they've revealed this week. But then IGN released the first 7 minutes of the story and then like the first 2 fight scenes or whatever, and it's pretty much just shows Sonya Blade and Johnny Cage and Kenshi in an airplane, and they're going to fight whoever or whatever.
Did they show Kenshi fighting?
Not gameplay fighting, but
so it's just all B-roll footage.
There was 2 fight scenes.
Okay.
In it, but what happens is they're in this plane and then they're just flying, and then out of nowhere, Scorpion's thing goes through the windshield and stabs the pilot in the face and pulls him out the airplane.
Nice.
And then
He's so dramatic.
I know. And then and then Sonya Blade jumps on the plane, or whatever, she's flying it, and then all of a sudden Scorpion appears in the plane. And then fighting Kenshi or Scorpion pops in there, kills all these army dudes real quick, just stabs them all in the head, chops their heads off, and kills them. And then Johnny Cage and Kenshi are fighting Scorpion.
I'm curious as to why they're fighting.
Yes, but this is what's even more crazy. Scorpion and Kenshi fly outside the plane.
Yeah.
They jump out the side, and then Kenshi uses his sword to like stab the airplane so he doesn't fall to the ground.
Right. Yeah.
And guess who appears after in the plane to fight Johnny Cage? Sub-Zero.
Oh man.
So why are Sub-Zero and Scorpion working together? That's what doesn't make sense to me.
And why is Scorpion fighting Kenshi?
Yes.
Kenshi left his son to
Yes,
to
that's what I'm
him.
thinking too in the comic books, and I don't understand. And then they're all fighting, and then it's one of those I forget what it's called in video games where like you're watching it, but you have to like all of a sudden like you gotta press Y really fast.
Quick time.
Yes, that's how it is on the plane. You're doing it as your Johnny Cage.
Okay.
The plane you fall out the plane. Johnny Cage falls out on top of Scorpion or something, and then Scorpion teleports.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes to the first fight, and you're Johnny Cage and you fight Scorpion. And then after that, you fight Sub-Zero. And then that was pretty much it.
That's gonna be cool. I can't wait, man.
But like that does. I was watching and I'm just like,
Something's
none of
going
this makes
on.
sense.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm sure it's good to. I'm excited to actually see like a real story. Like I mean, I know some of the games had like.
Yeah, they have
kind of a story,
yeah.
like like very loose, like an Armageddon. Oh, hey, it's the end of the world. Let's fight to the top of this thing and like become king of the world. Like that was like a it was just like a thing. This
looks like a real story.
A real story is pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
They learned a lot from doing Injustice, which kind of had a decent story and
Yeah.
got good reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Which is really one of the first like solid storylines
Yeah,
that they were able
like
to
a
produce.
fighting game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially by NetherRealm.
I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a great story and actually be a fun game, especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I'm
super stoked.
I love Mortal Kombat ever since the original Mortal Kombat. That's all I've ever played, and to have it up to date and with what they can actually do with the game now is just gonna be incredible.
But I will say, NetherRealm announced Liu Kang. Come on,
they're waiting.
Liu Kang.
They're killing everybody because everybody is like, where the hell is Liu Kang?
Where's Liu Kang? Come on, he's like.
They're gonna release a trailer way back, like far from now, closer to release, and you're just like, there's gonna be like that little subtle.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
Or the like good Doppler effect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're gonna do, and but they don't have a lot of time to do it to make it like the game comes out and
soon.
But they can do whatever,
less than a month.
But they can do whatever they want. I mean, with the DLC, and also, like I said, with this whole time travel thing, it pretty much opened up the gate.
But there's no way he could be DLC.
He has
He's
to.
the only character from the original game.
But that would be crazy though to not have.
Goro's you know with the pre-order. So I mean he's OG.
But it's just if they didn't put Liu Kang in the main storyline, it wouldn't actually necessarily be a bad thing because they've never done that before. Liu Kang's been in everyone, right?
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah, even as a zombie.
He's always been in them. So now it'll be the first time he's not like part of the story, and then later you can be downloaded because you gotta have him at least downloaded. It's Liu Kang. You gotta bicycle kick and
or they could always have the workaround.
Turn into a dragon.
Yeah.
Is Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung's
in it. There could always be the thing where, like, as technically a playable character is technically Shang Tsung as Liu Kang. There's always that route that they can do too. But, it's
that'd
like
be cheap.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that is a
I feel like this game is a good rebirth of the franchise, and like, I want OG Liu Kang back.
Because I remember.
No special Liu Kang.
Yeah, you gotta have the original.
Back the Liu Kang.
Yeah, this was a surprise when they announced MKX because I remember after Armageddon they're like, we're done. We're not making any more Mortal Kombat.
And then the comics.
Yeah. Well, the comics is for the game.
Right. Yeah. And which I've intentionally been avoiding.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really? It's like a prequel.
Yeah,
it's a prequel to the story of the game.
I want nothing. I want to go in with a completely different.
See, I read the first one.
Because you're like, what's going on? They just know they're like we're gonna fuck with it.
Yeah. I got the first. I have the first three. The fourth one isn't out yet. I have the first three. I read the first one. I'm gonna binge read the last three like a couple days before the game comes out. So then the story's fresh in my head, and then I can play the game like right
read
then.
the most recent one. Was that the third one?
There's only 3 out, so you probably just read the third one. Don't even say
I
anything.
won't say nothing. Speaking of Johnny Cage, though, that fatality, that was a classic fatality in the Cage family trailer.
Was it
Oh, yeah.
When he rips Scorpion in half.
He like split
Here's
it in half.
Johnny.
Yeah, that was
with
awesome.
With his brass knuckles. Like,
Yeah, the brass. That was awesome.
I
Holy
probably
shit.
gave Greg a trip since your favorite
I
scary
know,
movie.
Shining. That was
I love how like overtly like sexy and like super cunty Sonya Blade is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like their kid is so blasé. It's like, there's my parents.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mom's probably gonna kill him.
Yeah, watch
literally.
and then it was preceded with like her crushing someone's temples with like 245.
Yeah. But then it's funny. You wonder, like, damn. So they're divorced. Okay, that's an interesting little detail.
Yeah.
You think
Who
she has
would
daddy
have
issues?
honestly thought they would last very long? Really?
You think?
I mean, I don't know.
You think she has daddy issues?
No, because he's even in the trailer he's like, oh, my little princess. You know what I'm saying? He
You're my
spoils
little
her.
princess.
Thank you.
Jerk.
Well, speaking of video games, how about that new game that's got released at PAX? Upsilon Circuit.
Keep hearing about this. What is this?
All right. So basically, do you guys remember Twitter plays Pokemon or whatever that was? I think it was Twitter. Was it Twitter or Twitch? Whatever. Basically, it was like they had Pokemon set up where these people on. It was Twitch. I'm pretty sure it was Twitch, not Twitter. I'm an idiot. They would go on Twitch and they'd like type the comments.
Twitter,
like
Twitter.
they'd be like, "Do this."
Pokemon?
It's basically they had
What?
people on Twitch. They had people on Twitch basically telling them what to do, and they beat the game via Twitch, like through comments. Like they were telling the people what to do.
Are you saying tweets?
No, Twitch.
Twitch,
Twitch. You
live
know,
Oh,
streaming.
Twitch.
streaming?
Oh, okay. Right.
Twitch. So basically, Upsilon Ascending is this game where
Upsilon
you can
Circuit.
Upsilon Circuit. Sorry, yeah, you're right. If you die in this game, you can't play it ever again. Like you're done. You're done. That's it. It's like it takes hardcore Diablo and throws that shit way out the damn window. So it's like at one time you have 4. Think of it. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons almost. You got 4 players at one time, or 8. I'm sorry, 2 teams of 4. And basically you have these people who are spectating the game, basically making the world and telling them what to do and what they and what's where and blah blah blah, and they're basically leading them through this game. And since it's the fact that if you die in the game, your character's done and you're out. That's it. So it's like it's gonna be a very, very interesting thing to play, and there's only 8 people playing at one time.
This is how like it's the people or whatever the people who run the game.
Right.
They're going to pick the 8 people who get to play out of all the spectators. They get the characters in, and then everything that you kill, the experience points goes to the audience. They get to put the points into what characters and what abilities they want. The people playing don't get to do anything besides actually play. But the spectators control the entire thing.
So you really gotta win over the audience.
Yeah, the spectators are like the dungeon master.
Yeah.
It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah. But like, see, it's weird because
I don't know what that means.
it's weird because you're probably never gonna ever get to play this game again if you even have the chance to get picked to play it, which is interesting because this is a whole new level of gaming because you don't get to just buy the game and play it. You have to actually get picked to play, and then you don't even get to make the choices very much.
I feel like there was a whole sect of hardcore gamers out there that went, "This is my calling.
Yes.
This is my chance.
They're gonna be
I'm gonna get in that game and never die."
It's like Hunger Games.
Yes.
But in real life.
When I wrote a post on it, that's exactly what I said.
Right.
I put this is as close as it's gonna get to the Hunger Games without using real people because it's like the audience can like throw in like bonuses and this and that.
You hear that, internet? Real Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Top that
Close
shit.
you're gonna get.
And if you thought all that already was crazy, this game is only gonna be live 2 to 3 hours a day. So you can only play between those 2 to 3 hours a day. So the chance of you actually getting to play this game are like slim to none.
Oh, so they're only playing it 2 to 3
It's
hours
an
a day.
online game. It's an internet game.
Definitely gonna watch some of that when that game actually kicks
gonna be
out,
like a
I'm
whole
definitely
new
I'm gonna
spectator.
spectate that because that's gonna be
Yeah.
cool. It's gonna be like watching a TV show.
I'm a
Like,
spectate
only you
that.
get to kind of decide.
Yeah, it's like
exactly.
it's like for the people who love to just watch Twitch all day. Instead of watching Twitch, you can actually be a part of it and make something happen.
So what's hard to play about it? Is it hard to be the person in the game playing, or is it hard being the person influencing the game?
gotta
I would
be
imagine
both.
be both.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you got to think, what can I do?
So you can't even buy the game?
No, it's
think it's free.
It's a lottery?
I don't know if it's
Or
free or
it's
not.
like-
I don't think they
I don't
even
know
said, but it's online. It's an online game. You don't buy the game. It's on the internet. Like,
You die, you're out for good.
yeah, I think you probably download the game and then like they have like the server that you're on and then like you're a part of the community.
Is it free to play, or you got to pay?
I
haven't-
don't
yeah, I don't think they even said it.
I imagine you probably gotta download the game and like have it downloaded and queue yourself into the lottery.
Yeah.
And they pull you from that.
But that's like 2-3 hours a day, and how long do these games last? These people might last the entire 2 to 3 hours. 8 people. There's 400 million people in
There's
the
gonna
United
be-
States alone.
There's gonna be a person in there who's gonna not die ever. Probably.
Well, they're gonna have their
Katniss.
game's gonna be ended after 3 hours anyway.
But, see,
But then they get to
but
come back,
you wonder,
right?
do they come
I don't
back?
think
or
so.
not?
And it's
Okay.
Katniss.
I think it just
It's
it's cat.
You're the only one that caught that.
I didn't even hear
It
that.
hit me. It like ricocheted around in my head, and I was like, "Wait, did he just say Katniss?"
It's cat.
I love Katniss. Katniss, I love you, by the way.
Catnip.
You and your leaked nude photos are awesome.
Oh man, let's not even start with
It's like
that.
we were saying last time.
I mean, we're not posting them.
Someone
but
said she
we're-
was on Game of Thrones last time. I said, no, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
If those photos leaked.
If she would have just done that in the movie already, then it wouldn't have been a big deal, you know? Who cares?
Maybe she leaked them herself.
You know, all those celebrities did it at the same time.
Wow,
Because there was a bunch,
it was.
It was
and I have them
big publicity.
all on my
event.
computer.
Yeah.
The fappening.
I was teaching. I had like a whole classroom full of students, and one of the instructors, Frank S.
And everyone had to put down what they were doing.
Yeah, he goes, hey, come here. I like step out of class. I was like, what's going on? I think I was proctoring a test, and he's like, dude, go online, tons of celeb nude photos. And like I get back at my desk, and I'm like, someone asked me a question, like, shut up.
This
This is college, not elementary.
I was
or
just
high
happy
school,
for
guys.
Victoria Justice. I don't know why I had a big crush on her. So hers were league too, and I was very happy.
That's fun.
And but then Ariana Grande came by, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, disappointing.
Because she's always like a 12-year-old to me. It's
But
always,
she's I love her, and she from Boca. That's
right.
what's even crazier.
I think she's also on like Kids Disney though, right? That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what
and now
really-
she's getting ruined
She
by
was
Big
on
Sean.
Nickelodeon.
So another related nerd news.
She was on
boobs.
with Victoria Justice, wasn't she?
boobs, yeah. We
Yeah.
love
No,
them.
she was on. She's on with the blonde chick from iCarly.
But no, I mean, originally, wasn't she from that same show? Was
No.
It still
Victoria
qualifies
No,
as nerd
Ariana
content,
Grande,
so they're nerding
she
out
had-
over
I think she was in Disney.
the-
She was
Yeah.
in Disney,
Disney.
and now she's in Nickelodeon.
Actually, she was in the Canadian version of Disney called Slam, and then
Anyways,
How
aside
did we
from
get
that,
to this?
this game is going to be crazy. So stay tuned
Yes,
for
Yeah,
that.
Epsilon Circuit.
Epsilon Circuit. I was like,
Upsilon Circuit, nothing to do with Ariana Grande.
You might become as famous as them if you live and get your photos leaked.
No one wants to see that.
So what
I mean,
else? All right, let's move on to something else. What other nerd stuff has come out this week? There's more stuff. Like new Game of Thrones trailer.
Yeah.
The new Game of
Completely
Thrones
different from
show.
all the other Game of Thrones trailers. It
Amazing.
actually shows different parts
Amazing.
of the story.
Mhm.
We don't have to do what we do every week and go into what we think's going to happen because we've already done that. But
Twice.
okay.
stenographer.
Right?
But how
Sorry, we only had
crazy,
2 episodes.
how badass is Stannis Baratheon, man?
Can I? Before we get into it, may I? I
You may, Beard.
Please, thank you. The beard has the floor. I saw the trailer on the Apple.
Apple trailers.
No. The Apple is doing like their yearly like this is what's coming out, new MacBook and yada yada. And then they partnered with HBO for HBO Now and their Apple TV, and now it's like it went from $99 to $69, and they brought out the CEO of HBO to unveil the new trailer and kind of talk about the partnership, and the guy looked like he was not supposed to be there. You're in a room full of like tech junkies, Silicon Valley, like everybody there was like fit the quintessential like Silicon Valley part, and this guy comes in, looked like he's a Las Vegas hustler. You know what I mean? He's like in a like $3,000 suit with no tie, like the collar's popping. Like this dude is gonna mushroom stamp somebody. so when I had to watch the trailer like 3 times because that's all I can think of is this fucking guy mushroom stamp. You know what I mean? So if you get a chance, watch. If you just watched the trailer, go back and look at the premiere of it was actually at the Apple their Apple yearly convention thing that they do their promo. Watch him come out and actually present it. It's fucking
Which
creepy.
guy?
He's the CEO of HBO. You know what I mean? Like he comes out, it's like, he looked like straight out of Sopranos. Like
That's
funny.
funny.
And like I imagine he has like a really cliche like mob name like Tony Two Eyes. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like every year the press events for the unveiling of the new game systems for every generation.
But this was
Sony
like,
versus Xbox.
but this was so much more of a stark contrast because everybody, like especially the CEO of Apple, he was kind of buttoned up and reserved, and he tried to like emulate Steve Jobs a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then here comes fucking Tony Two Eyes, McBusted kneecaps. So anyway,
Pop
gonna
my collar.
mushroom
I
stamp
digress.
someone.
I digress. Watch the premiere of the trailer via the Apple release, their whole conference. Way different experience.
How do you get a guy coming out on stage and your first thought is, God, this guy's gonna mushroom stamp
Because he
somebody.
comes out, it's like, I just wanna say our partnership here with HBO provide. He's like, he's such a fucking, he's such like an Italian, like he's sweating
The guy
matzo
sitting
ball,
down at the table with the napkin
olive
tucked in
oil.
his shirt.
You know what I mean? Say again?
The guy sitting down at the table, the napkin tucked in.
Yeah, they brought out an old
yeah.
guy to serve him pasta when he
right.
came out. It was like,
Hey, give me
it's
my meatballs.
It's so awesome, man. I'm telling you, I had a completely different experience, which was bad, which was negative, because the whole time I'm like, man, this is really awesome. I'm really fearful for everybody at the press conference right now because he's probably gonna fucking put his pee-pee on everybody because he's that kind of guy, So anyway, that was my experience with the.
Hey, Italian sausage.
He's like sweating olive oil. It's really intense. So I
Alright, well,
apologize.
anyways,
if
Game
I-
of Thrones.
Don't kill me, Mr. HBO.
Well, Game of Thrones, badass Stannis Baratheon, and winter's coming.
To be
And
honest,
dragons.
I'm not a fan of Stannis, really.
Mhm.
You don't like Stannis?
I don't like
No.
Stannis.
Finally, we agree on something.
I
With internet, you hear see this?
I think
Confirmed it.
Stannis is just like blinded by religion.
Okay.
He's got this lady
Yeah.
of the flames, and she's just whispering in his ear, and he's making all his decisions based on some tits.
Okay, all you need to
leeches.
answer me this. Answer me this, okay? Think of his name, Stannis Baratheon.
Baratheon.
Isn't that like the best name you've ever heard? Don't you want your kid's name to be
No,
Stannis
no,
Baratheon? That's
no,
so strong and powerful.
No.
Nah.
No.
Hulk Hogan is a strong, powerful name. I'm not naming my kid that.
Well,
I think Eddard Stark sounds cooler than that.
yeah.
I think Stannis Baratheon is going to wreak havoc this season anyway. And he's going to be badass. I don't care if
might
he's got his
he
mind
might
blinded
wreak
by
havoc.
some red-haired
Stupid
He
girl.
wrote the books.
He might wreak
He's
havoc.
over there. In his...
I didn't read the
He didn't
books.
read the book.
I read the wiki.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
I think he'll
The
wreak
Cliff
havoc.
Notes.
Yeah.
Because people wreak havoc all the time on that show. On the battlefield and in the bedroom. But
It's
Yeah.
gonna be crazy though, because the trailer shows that Jon Snow is gonna be like against him, kind of, because Jon Snow's like, we can use the wildlings to our advantage, and then Stannis is starting this war with
Right.
them against the wildlings, so it's gonna be a big war. But they can act. But
Well, Jon Snow has got he's matured a lot since the beginning. He's got his whole leader thing going on.
that's because he finally had sex. He's mature.
Well, he's more optimistic.
And with a wildling too.
It must have been
That's
wild.
Yeah.
He just fucked up.
But he's totally more optimistic. He's more like, we can use their forces to
Yeah.
come and wreck some
Well,
stuff.
it makes
but-
sense, right? Like because it's for every one wildling they make enemy my enemy's my friend.
They have
that's
giants.
one less. That's one less. They have to contend to with the dead army.
And
you
they
know?
have giants and they have mammoths.
Right.
Yeah. I
No,
don't.
those giants. I mean, Giants great, but they took them down.
Yeah, they took it
Yeah,
out easy.
but
Yeah,
if you
definitely.
could get them on your side and roll up to the castle where the Lannisters are sitting.
It still scares the crap out of them
You
because
know
the
what I
Lannisters
mean?
don't know about giants. Nobody
Lannisters
thinks giants
have
are
never
real.
been that far north except when they went to the Stark castle.
They don't know that giants are real, so even just having them would be like a surprise like factor, you know,
Yeah.
like and they'd be like, oh shit, giants, like what can they do? You know, it'd still be nice to have them and not have to go against them.
Dragons. Nobody.
Well, yeah.
But that's not,
But
that's
she's
different
supposed
people
to
though.
make a trek. She's supposed to make a trek across the ocean.
Yeah, she's on the other side of the
No,
the
I'm just
world.
saying, like, you know, giants.
Hanging
I'm
out.
waiting.
I'll take the dragons over
Yeah.
anything.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shish kebab.
The first wave's gonna be the giants, or it should be.
Yeah, they should be out. Yeah, they should definitely be out first and doing all that. But
I love that they're airing it simultaneously across the world.
yeah,
at
that's
the
pretty
same
cool.
time.
All around the world the same exact time. But that sucks for people that it's gonna be on at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
But also sucks if
Oh,
there's
I
like
didn't
a
know
technical glitch and everybody
Yeah.
just like blacks out. There's like riots on the street.
Where's Game of Thrones?
But I think it's gonna be awesome. But it's just crazy because Daredevil, Game of Thrones, and Mortal Kombat all come out that same weekend. All of them.
On just coming off of an MegaCon weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be at MegaCon and we're coming back, and then that's when Game of Thrones airs, and that's when Daredevil releases,
Daredevils.
and then 2 days later, that's when Mortal Kombat comes out.
My wife is gonna leave me.
Right?
She's up there right now packing my shit.
I can't wait though. Oh man, Game of Thrones is my shit.
It's a good time, man.
Can't wait.
It's a really good time. I love the gratuitous violence. I love the story. I love the character development. I love the
But
character.
is it that gratuitous though?
When it comes in,
I mean, compared
that
to other
I think it's
pay-per-view series,
It's completely called for.
I think so. I mean, I think so.
All right, Kyle,
I mean,
come on. The guy bangs his sister. The mountain smashes a dude's skull with his fingers.
right? But that's in the book.
It's completely
No,
called
it's in
for.
the movie.
The
yeah,
wedding-
of course. But I'm
The
saying we're talking
wedding's
about.
really nice.
Yeah,
That's a love story.
She
That's
stabbed
a-
a pregnant lady in the stomach.
But it's not.
but we're using the word gratuitous.
Okay.
It's
all
like
right.
the stuff that moves
you know,
There's a
the
lot of
plot
violence. When you said gratuitous
Right.
violence, I thought you meant stuff like Spartacus.
Yeah, Spartacus
Where
is
where
like
you
a
cut someone
gratuitous
and the
fest.
blood literally goes on for like a mile and it's like heavily stylized. I thought that's what you meant.
Well, you know, I just enjoy the. How about the quality of the violence?
Yes.
really
Yes,
well
it's
done.
good
man.
quality.
Let's say
The
that.
violence.
Good
I don't
quality
want to
violence.
upset Donald.
Good quality violence.
He's the other half of the internet.
Well, no, I mean, because never mind.
Well, anyways.
I like. Yeah.
It's good quality. Yeah.
I enjoy the quality.
I love it too.
Yes, of the violence.
Well, rest in peace, Hound. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
What about that Tomorrowland? Tomorrow World or Tomorrow?
Tomorrowland
trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but it
I
looks
don't see
awesome.
It just looks really cool.
What is it about?
No one really knows a lot about it because
It's-
it's a completely original
Yeah.
script.
She's. It's. There's a parallel, not universe, but there's a world happening beyond the current world. This
Right.
is what I've gathered from it. So there is there's essentially today, like current a reality, and then there's a world that's like, I don't know if it's celestial or if it's like in the sky or if it's like cloaked,
Yeah.
but it's their brightest minds are in this hidden world, and they're trying to either save or move or develop or cultivate some produce life elsewhere. Something's going on. There's some kind of inciting incident that's going to cause the rub between the reasons why the two world exists. This teenager, she just finds this little tiny
Did she claim
coin.
it or something?
Yeah.
Does it look like she got out of prison?
Yeah, well,
So,
yeah,
she
she gets
all of a
arrested.
sudden
Yeah,
gets
she's like the
juvenile.
bad girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, she's destined to become a stripper.
She gets this pin.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, she gets her stuff out of lockup, and a pair of shoes, you know, this, that, the other, and then he leaves her the cop in charge of giving her the stuff leaves her a coin, right, or a
it's like a
pin
pin
or
or
something,
whatever it
right?
is,
And she's like, oh, this is not mine. It's like, and then it just kind of goes on, and she starts kind of like bamfing. It's for you, nice Paula. She kind of like warps in between her present reality and the world in which like this coin like sends her to, or this pin sends her to. It's really interesting.
Is it a parallel world or is it like a future
It looks
world?
like it's literally within the world.
It's within
because
the world. Yeah, it's like
there's-
cloaked.
There's the scene she's in
In
the
the car driving,
and she
and she
touches
holds
the
it.
pin, and she's sitting there like driving through this plane, floating on nothing, and you see her father's hand grab her out of it. Like
it's you know what it reminds me a lot of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me a lot, especially like the opening. You know, when she's sitting in the car, she's in that wheat field, and then eventually, as the trailer develops, she's at like the foothill of the city.
Right.
But she had to travel through like all this tall grass.
But you gotta see, and later on in the trailer though, when she meets up with George Clooney, who I read is like some kind of boy genius in that movie, like a grown-up boy genius. But then later on in the movie, you see them, they get in like it seems like their objective is to get to Tomorrowland from the real land, because he knew about it or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
and he was waiting for her, and she was the one that was chosen or whatever. So they go, and it looks like they were in Paris, and the Eiffel Tower turned into some kind of spaceship.
Rocket,
and that wasn't even in the Tomorrow World. It looks like they were going somewhere in the reality.
Right. No. Yeah, I don't know.
What I mean?
It's.
So that's what threw me. I was like, how is this like a parallel world, but at the same time,
it looks really, really interesting. Like, you know, just seems like finally like another really, really good original idea.
I mean, we haven't had an original movie in a long time.
I mean, they had Frozen. Come on, that was amazing.
I haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen it either.
Let it go.
The only thing of Frozen I know is this guy singing drunk songs playing Diablo.
Shameless plug. Average Game Bros. Diablo.
The Diablos. The Diablos sing along.
I gotta get on that.
You never seen it?
No, and I haven't been on in a while.
Oh, playing. Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm gonna watch it because it sounds pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, man.
I like George Clooney, so.
And like Disney. I was a little skeptical when Disney started like soaking up all these intellectual property rights, and then they got Star Wars, and then Star Wars they already identify Star Wars as like a child's property. Like they that's like their demographic, and so I was a little, especially when they started making Star Wars 7, I was a little but it seems like a lot more of their movies, even though it's like a Disney name, it's able to kind of move away from just that child's play and still kind of keep like an urgency and like a precedence of like danger. That's like
on
more
the note of Star Wars.
Yeah,
how far are you in Rebels?
See, because you're gonna do it. He just promised he wouldn't do it.
But just what you were, I'm not gonna spoil you, but just what you were saying, you thought it's a child's product, right?
Right.
Once you continue watching Rebels, which is a show that airs like on Disney
on XD, yeah.
This is a show that's like in the spirit of Clone Wars.
Well, Clone Wars that was like amazing.
Darker and mature, at least over time. Like it starts at a fun point and moves along through these darker arcs. And that's exactly what Rebels is doing on a Disney show. Like, I'm not gonna say anything, but they're like people getting tortured and dying off screen, at least, like on a Disney show.
Speaking of Star Wars, I mean, I'm a terrible nerd I've never even seen the Star Wars movies. Don't say anything,
shame.
but I heard
that out because people are gonna come.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
But aside from that,
fucked us, Greg.
Aside from that,
I have internet. I will redeem.
Just lost all its credibility.
I will redeem. I have all 3 original.
Hey, everyone else has seen Star Wars and Nerd Underground, all right? We make up.
Here we go.
I have all 3 original movies unedited in HD. Somebody took the time to torrent to process the movie, render in HD. It's the original 1977, 75. All 3. So if you're mad at him, that's fine. But I have. With Disney,
If you're mad at him, we're still legit.
Yeah, I have what Disney's about to release on DVD, which has never actually been formally released in production. So, and if you want a copy, holler at me. It's MikeCejas @gmail.com, and I will gladly send you a link.
I'm shot first, bro.
Shameless plug.
Shameless. Well, we gotta redeem because.
Okay, well, how about this? How about you just let me borrow all the Star Wars
I'm
movies
not
and I'll watch
gonna
them?
let you borrow those.
Okay, then I'm gonna torrent all the Star Wars movies and I'll watch them and shut you guys
It's
out.
not the same experience.
Okay, but
But
anyways.
it will be the experience.
Yeah, I have them on Blu-ray if you want them.
Yes. I want to watch them.
But
I
the
haven't
crappy
seen them.
ones, they're the
I don't care. Just let me
they're
get
the
the story.
Lucas edits.
Just let me get the story so then you guys can shut up. But anyways, did you guys hear about the new spin-off movie?
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
I
The release date for the movie now is 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's
gonna
crazy.
be a long wait. I was like, no. But then I read that the
No.
yeah, no.
Wait, the release date for Rogue?
No,
Or-
the episode 7 is like May of 2017.
What?
I thought it was
It was
2016.
supposed to be this year.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it's 2017. It's in the article.
I thought Rogue One was 2017.
No. As far as
But-
we could double check, but I read
think
through
you're
it.
wrong.
Shall I?
because
Shall I
there was-
check?
Yes.
Because I
Just
think
do it in the
please.
background. Check
Right.
it.
Shall I
Please
check
do
in
it.
the
I'm pretty
background?
sure the new plan was to release Rogue One, this new spin-off, before Episode 7 in 2016.
But I remember because we talked about it last time that they were trying to push the date for 7 earlier this year because of the fact that so much people are assholes and they're leaking so much of the information
I
about this
know.
movie.
That's why I was like, what? I mean, I could be very wrong on this,
I mean,
but
we got
pretty sure.
eyebrows consulting the Oracle right now.
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean,
Anyway, I'm excited they got release dates at least. Official release.
Maybe if I watch the movies, I'll be excited as you guys and the
Oh.
rest of the world who's crazy about Star Wars.
You've seen the.
I've
you
seen the
haven't
newer
the-
ones.
Okay.
I haven't seen the original
Okay,
ones.
well then the newer ones take place before the original ones anyway. So
Okay.
you'll just watch it chronologically.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch those anyway because I haven't seen
Yeah.
them since, for a
So
long
basically
time.
the new 3, then it skips time to the old 3,
Yeah.
and then these new 3 coming out are taking place after the old
You
ones.
could do like the sequence where you watch. What is it? It goes 1, 3, or 1, 4. I forget the fucking sequence. It's been forever since I've
Well,
watched
it goes like back and forth.
Yeah, you
between
watch
past
you
and
watch
present.
all 6 movies in the particular order. It's
1,
supposed
4,
to make
2,
sense.
5, 3, 6.
Something like that, right? I mean, I have the Oracle in front of me. I guess I could check out.
Huh.
Let's see.
I think that'd be
Um,
kind of confusing. I just watched.
Rogue One, yeah, 2016.
What?
Well, then,
So Rogue One is coming out before.
So, but if they just announced the
Star Wars
spinoff, that
Episode
must
7.
mean they've been working on Rogue One for.
No, I don't think they have really.
So then what?
Gareth Edwards, the guy who directed Godzilla,
Mhm.
got attached to it. So, and
So-
they mentioned he was going to be doing one of the spin-offs. That was the news for a while.
Oh man, George Lucas is writing it.
Which
He's
one? Rogue One?
he's one of the writers.
That can't be that bad. Come on.
He's writing Rogue One?
I hate Lucas.
Why does everyone talk shit about Lucas when he created Star Wars?
Everyone hates Jar
We
Jar
wouldn't
Binks.
have
That's,
Star
and that's the
Wars,
reason
come
why
on.
everyone. hates-
You're right. I know, and I can say the same thing about Jesus
mean,
and
honestly,
Christianity, but
like
I
I
just
said,
he just
those-
fucked it
Hey,
up.
but you know what? Star Wars ain't religion.
Those
Oh.
It could be for some
I
people.
mean, hey,
Depends
I mean,
those first
I'll
3
go to that
movies, like
church.
I said, I did not think Jar Jar. Of course, Jar Jar was fucking annoying, but I did not think those first 3 movies were bad.
I thought Phantom Menace was amazing.
I honestly did not think anything of Jar Jar, like him being annoying, because I was a kid. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, but when you go back, like I went back when Phantom Menace came out in theaters in 3D. Of course, I'm an asshole. I went and saw it.
I think he's kind of
It was,
like a good addition. I don't know.
no,
To the old world.
no.
But why?
I-
No one
I
ever
just
gives a
look-
clear reason.
He's
What,
just annoying.
because
In
of
my
his
eyes, I
voice?
see him now. He's just annoying.
I feel
I
feel like they had to like fill the Ewok void, you know, like oh we don't have an Ewok, so let's just push this up.
But there's a clear disparity between Ewoks and
I
Gungans.
mean, his own people didn't want him.
What do you mean? They're both like indigenous people from their respective planets. They're warrior type people.
Right, but at least they're like a completely different, like, unique aesthetic. And
So it makes them less annoying.
His own people didn't
I
want
find
him. His
Ewoks
own
annoying.
people
That
didn't want
Ewoks
him,
though. I mean Ewoks, you know, ruined them. But that's neither here nor there.
I think we need to get some comics in here and move past this before you guys start killing each other.
yeah,
over
we're
Jar Jar
probably-
Binks.
we need to put it all on the table.
Kyle's gonna go to sleep and wake up with no eyebrows.
And I'll wake up with his.
So,
Ow.
did any of you read any interesting new comics this week?
Yes.
What'd you read?
Let's ask and go first.
What'd you read? Eyebrows, beard.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. More Star Wars.
I love what they're doing with the old school toys.
Yeah,
You know, it's
I'm totally getting there.
it's cool, man.
I'm gonna
Right?
get that one. I'm gonna order that one.
Leia's got one as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap, I gotta get that one.
Yeah, and then I would imagine Vader would have one as well.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want to get into specifics because I hate spoilers. So I'm not going to do that. I will say that I really enjoy how they're intertwining the Vader and the Marvel reissue of Star Wars, like the storylines. You know, they're paralleling things. The way that Luke and Vader meet are really awesome. You know, contrary to how I've always known it, and even read it in like other spin-offs, like even like a new iteration of Star Wars, like they end up invariably like meeting the same way. But you know, this one was kind of different. Great comic. This is the variant cover. The actual is, you know, and this is just stage 2.
Which issue is it?
That's number 3.
Yeah.
Star Wars number 3.
Yeah, it came out.
Okay.
So good stuff. Good stuff. Pick it up. Absolutely, it's a great read.
So all the other subtitles like Darth Vader and Princess Leia have been blending really well.
Leia, I just read the first Leia and it didn't seem to intertwine. It essentially takes place just after the Death Star. Okay. Leia, just after the hit on the Death Star, and they get their medals adorned onto them, and it's kind of like, you know. She's being sheltered because she's the princess. There's like this huge bounty on her, and you know she's mourning an entire planet of people. Okay. So and I don't want to get into specifics, but what happens at the end of it isn't really happening in this universe, so to speak. But Vader's Star Wars, Vader's amazing.
I haven't got to read Vader yet.
Oh man, it is so awesome. It's what, again, going back to like Vader by itself is great, and then the Star Wars by itself is great. But the fact that the stories are like they'll parallel, they'll tap into each other from the Vader, this most recent Vader, and then they go out is awesome.
So would you say that I should read in a specific order, like Star Wars,
read
then
them as
Vader,
they come
then
out.
Star Wars, then Vader?
Read them as they come out.
I would read Star Wars 1, then Vader.
Okay.
Yeah, because Star Wars came out. Star Wars came out before Vader.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do Star Wars Vader, Star Wars Vader. Yeah, because it's just
definitely.
I was reading it like it's, and this the third issue really hit me too.
I just picked it up because I haven't had a chance to go to the shop.
Man,
so I just got it.
As I got done, I mean, this is just dope. This is just cool. And there's a Princess Leia one as well that I have somewhere in here. But I really like what they did with this. You know, the Dark Horse stuff, which I have over here.
Dark Horse is good stuff.
It was really good, man. But it just I felt like they just spent so much time on like the whole mortality of it all, and like how it reminded me of, like, I felt like I was just reading Battlestar Galactica. I didn't really feel like
that was the original Lucas version, right? The Dark
No, but those are good too. Those are good too. But this revamp is really, really awesome. I'm really excited for it. Not because I'm a Star Wars fan, because the content's actually really well done.
It's good.
The ink work and drawings are amazing.
But also because we're Star Wars.
And it's
I like how they decided to go with a storyline that happens in between two of the movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's pretty cool.
And then parallel the two storylines, and then actually kind of tap them in.
Just makes you wonder, think how long it's actually going to go before it hits where one of the next movie starts.
Right.
How they're going to continue it after.
Well, there's a huge space of time between, each movie.
Yeah.
And, anything could happen, so...
and they could literally do, like, an issue takes place in one day.
Right.
And do a whole slew of issues.
Yeah, exactly. A whole volume of, Which I'm excited for is when Star Wars 7 is released, all the comic stuff and content that's going to come out between that, because that's a considerable amount of time, and they're jam packing information and content and really well done story development. I mean, because the characters are already there, just between the two movies, and and the interval of time isn't that much. Right. But now between 6 and 7, what are we spanning?
By the time 7 comes out, that storyline might wrap up and it might skip ahead.
Yeah,
to a new
whatever it does, I'm excited for.
Definitely.
So. But in the here and now, this is what I just got finished reading. A really good read. Pick up, please.
Did you read something?
Yeah, I did. This actually came out, not this week. It might have been last week or the week before. I honestly don't remember, but because I ordered it online, so I got it like a week late. But Descender, it's a new Image comic by I can't even read this. Jeff
He's
Lemire
looking
and
over his glasses.
Dustin Nguyen, and it's a dope sci-fi story. It's like basically there's like these 9 core, it takes us way in the future. And there are like these 9 core planets, and humans and like robots and stuff like that. Civilization has evolved that much, and there's like AI and robots and all this different stuff. And what happens is all of a sudden, on the outskirts of every single one of these planets, a giant robot pops up. So there's 9 robots, and they're like, bigger than the planet. So like you look up in the sky and you see like half of this robot just looking down at your planet, and they were like wondering. They just came out of nowhere. Like,
is it like Attack on Titan?
Attack on Planet?
No, but like they just appeared. They just appeared out of nowhere. Fucking me up. They appeared out of nowhere, and they were trying to figure out what the hell they were, and then they all of a sudden simultaneously attacked and then disappeared. So like civilization kind of got fucked up, and they're starting to rebuild a little bit.
So
and
basically, you surprise butt sex
basically
for
a planet, and then they find this guy who developed this other small robot like AI they're called Tims. They're like children. They're children robots, and
Which is really fucking creepy.
the military kind of people capture him because they figure out that the signature from the big robots are found in the Tims. So there's like they figure out that there's like one Tim, like because they've all been like eradicated, like they're obsolete, deactivated, but there's like one Tim on the moon, and they figure out like, hey, he's on the moon, he's kind of important. We need to get to him before other people try and take him and try and figure out how they're connected to these robots and use them for bad shit. And so then it goes to him, and it's like he's gonna be like the main character. Yes, the kid on the cover is a Tim android, and the artwork is gorgeous. It looks like watercolor. Like the way they did it is good. Like I'm probably not doing it justice talking about it, but definitely if you like sci-fi and all that, pick it up. It's well worth the read, and I could see it going places. It just seems like it's going to be a really good
I'll probably pick it up.
Is it by Image?
Image.
Yeah.
Nice.
Image.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
always good. I mean, more times than not, I feel
definitely.
content from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any movies this week at all? Nothing?
No.
Movies in particular? No.
Watch
I just
anything?
saw Game of Thrones again.
That's a show.
I just love that dystopian shit, man. I just really enjoy. I'm a fatalist at heart.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's just got. I gotta.
Have you guys seen the new Hunger Games?
I have to watch that.
Oh, I need to.
I just watched it.
I have it at my house, I think.
I just watched it, and honestly, the entire movie is just like propaganda. Like, the entire movie is about each side propaganding people to get them to follow. That's the entire thing, and nothing crazy happens until
the
like
last one, right?
the one that just came out.
Yeah.
It's not the last one.
Two parts.
Yeah, there's one more coming out in November.
Yeah.
It comes out in November, the last part. But this entire movie, nothing happens except propaganda back and forth. And then at the very end, something crazy happens, and that's it. But all I can say is, Katniss really annoyed me at one part in the movie where she starts like crying, and her like whine and screech irritated me so bad that I was getting like angry. Like I wanted to turn it off.
Well, you're very peculiar with your movies anyway. You didn't like
And
Real
your
Steel
women.
because of the goddamn kid.
Yeah, I don't watch movies that have kids that are main stars because I feel like kids can't act. It bothers me. So I don't watch movies like that.
Shut up, little kid.
That's why I don't watch it.
Shut up, Carl.
Have you seen Home Alone?
Okay, that's different. Macaulay Culkin's a genius. But I also watched.
We have a celebrity death pool at my office, and and it goes a celebrity that dies of like natural causes, and then a celebrity that either ODs or kill themselves, and somebody has Macaulay Culkin as the OD.
That makes sense though.
And that kills me. It's like
I mean,
it's like posted on like a board, like a high traffic area.
That
too.
makes sense though. He was with Mila Kunis for like 7 years, and they played WoW together like all day. And now she goes to fucking Kelso, and they get married and have a kid. You know he's gonna kill himself.
and now he's in a food themed band.
A food themed
Yeah, it's
band?
called like something pizza.
Oh.
It's like, so they make like a.
Is he doing like interpretive dancing, or is he playing an
I
instrument?
don't know. They make like a I think Nirvana kind of music, but like about food.
All right.
And it's
Food
based
grunge?
in New York
I
City.
love food grunge.
Food grunge.
I love
Come on.
grunge and I
Food
love
grunge.
food.
It's different.
Let's just
whatever.
throw them together.
Yeah.
I also watched a movie called Foxcatcher with Channing
Oh,
Tatum
I heard that was
and
really
Steve
good.
Carell. It was like,
True story.
it's a true story, and the ending was crazy, but like, it was just weird, and like I couldn't figure out this one part that's like bugging me. I think Steve Carell was banging Channing Tatum.
Probably.
I
That's what I inferred from the trailer.
But,
the
like,
release.
There was like, cause like
I don't think. I think he was.
I'm so
abusing
aroused.
his- I think
But,
he was
like,
abusing
Channing
him.
Tatum.
But
Yeah.
like no, what happened was he's like Channing Tatum's like messed up in the head a little
Oh,
bit,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
an Olympic gold medalist wrestler,
Mhm,
and then Steve Carell wants to
The brothers.
he wants to be the funder and like the coach of the USA wrestling team.
Right.
So he brings it all. He's like the richest, wealthiest family in the world. So he wants to bring them all to live in his like compound where they all get their own house and all this stuff. And then him and Channing Tatum become like friends or whatever because they're both like screwed up in the head. And then like he starts giving Channing Tatum coke. And then it was the weirdest thing because it went from like whatever to he gives him a line of coke. Okay, and then they're at this thing, and then right after the line of coke, he's sleeping, and then you see Steve Carell in the middle of the night, like 4 in the morning, like tapping on the window, like, "Hey, let's go to the gymnasium." So then they go to the gymnasium, and then all you see is Channing Tatum lying on like the floor like this, but like it's like a wrestling move, so I can't tell if they're like practicing wrestling or he's like butt fucking him.
Setting up a little freestyle.
Yeah, and then the next scene right after, Channing Tatum now has like little hair, a little slick back, and he has like highlighted tips, and then he's shaving Steve Carell's head, like giving him a haircut in his underwear and like sniffing coke. So like I couldn't like figure out like is he banging him?
I think there was an abusive thing going
there was
on
something
there.
going on because after that his brother moves in and like saves him because he's all like screwed up like
And the guy kills his
and then the
brother.
guy ends up killing his brother
Yeah, I
who's
remember
Bruce
hearing the
Banner.
Story.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, so like
Bruce Banner.
yeah, but it was like
He's so dangerous.
but it was like 2.5 it was like maybe like 2.5 hours and like as soon as that
Is this
part
on
came-
Netflix?
No, I
No,
it's a
still
movie.
out,
Theaters,
it's
I think.
no,
You did
it's
not
out.
torrent. You did not torrent.
No, I didn't torrent nothing. I rented it.
You bought it and you acquired it within
Redbox.
legal means.
But it's
Our Redbox
it was
is
a
special.
it was a good movie, but like that one part just like I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like it went from like this gold medalist wrestler to like getting like raped by
I mean,
in a
hey,
weird
man,
Steve
I
Carell.
mean, Channing Tatum's. Who wouldn't butt rape Channing Tatum?
I would have sex with you to let to let him have sex with me. I can't even say his name correctly.
that's how Flush.
That's
That's
how
how front. Yeah. I'm like,
After the success of those Magic Mike movies, man.
They're coming out with that second one.
and what is it? Jupiter.
I
Jupiter's
still
Ending.
want to see that movie.
Yeah.
I heard
Did
it
you
didn't
see
get
it?
good ratings.
No,
it didn't get
I
good
need
reviews
to.
though.
It didn't get good reviews, but I still think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's the directors of The Matrix.
Like,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, I don't think Cloud Atlas got good reviews either.
No, I don't think.
And
it
Cloud
did.
Atlas was incredible.
Yeah, that
It was
blew
also
my
very
mind.
confusing though.
It was. You have to.
Took me a minute.
It
You have
fucks
to
up.
have. I think you have to.
Well, I watched it in like over 4 nights. Though,
Yeah, see,
which-
that's what you got to watch it all at once, and you just got to take it all.
Speaking of raping and watching, I just started watching the new House of Cards.
I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't
seen
watched
any
that
of
show. I
that.
heard it was really good.
None of that.
So good.
I gotta watch it. Netflix, right?
Yeah, man.
I gotta
Yeah,
watch
just
that.
you know, binge watch it.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of. I try to have like some discipline. Like I try not to do more than 2 episodes.
I'm Daredevil binging that whole thing.
See, yeah, man, it's because it's bad, you know, because the whole day goes by and like my brain's fried.
And
It's
now
like-
you're just like, I could have done things today.
Well, I wouldn't even be able to like. I couldn't watch I couldn't binge watch Daredevil and then talk about it the next day. I would
could do it.
Yeah.
I would lose like lapses of time, you know.
You might, yeah.
But we're kind of like cutting close on time, so let's go into the last thing I want to talk about. We got to talk about The Walking Dead and what's going on and what just happened and all that stuff. But
In the very last episode.
the last episode that just
Very
happened.
Can we
last
not
episode.
have a fucking perspective of the comic books? I haven't read any of the comic books.
No, yeah, well, I mean,
internet.
Well, let's just talk about the episode
Well, I
and what's
haven't
been
read
going
any.
on.
I stopped reading the comics middle of season 2 because I got tired of.
Well, let's just talk
spoiling.
about the show by itself, and I'm just gonna throw it out there and say it's getting kind of boring for me, and I'm repetitive. I've been saying this for a while with Walking Dead. Okay, I used to love this show, and I thought it was the best show ever. And then I binge watched Breaking Bad, and I'm like, okay, Walking Dead sucks. So then it's okay, but I'm just like I always say, you can only get so much of tripping, and oh my god, the zombie's gonna get me, and then somebody saves you. Like it's the same thing.
Well, it's different now because they're in a safe zone.
Yeah, but they keep getting to safe zones, and then it gets boring for an entire season. They got to the jail, and the entire season was them growing crops and shit.
Well, they have to do that because they need the character development. They
Yeah,
have to
you're right.
do it.
You're right.
You have
You're
to
right.
have that. You have to have
You're
that
definitely-
conflict.
You're
Now-
definitely right.
now-
I'm
You're
sorry,
right.
Sayas. You probably heard this before. The interesting thing about this safe zone is this is the safe zone
Yeah.
for the entirety of the rest of the series that is known so far.
All right. You got.
See,
you
I
got a
didn't
point.
fucking know that.
You got
Why
a point.
would you say that?
See, I didn't know that.
If
You
they
that's a big spoiler.
Not really.
Yes, it is. It's a big spoiler.
'cause what if this place gets taken down next episode?
I didn't know that.
It's not
Dude,
good.
that is a
Well,
cop.
thanks,
See,
Kyle.
that's
You
a big
ruined it.
spoiler.
We have to that whole section. Is just
We
gonna be
have to
like,
bleep
so the
that
thing
out.
is,
Look.
And that's it.
and then like
No,
being
no,
upset.
no more. You can't talk about that
I'm not
anymore.
talking about that. The thing is,
Get
that
your feet off my coffee table. No more feet on the. You've lost feet on coffee table privilege. I made this,
look, look.
and I don't care. But you spoiled it, so get your fucking
It's not.
spoiler.
It is a spoiler. It's a big spoiler.
all right.
How
It's a
is it
spoiler.
They're for like.
Look, everyone's trapped in this perspective that, oh, The Walking Dead, it's got into this groove. Oh, walking through the world, safe zone, crazy people at safe zone. Oh, they're crazy. Let's go back.
But
walk
that's
into the
exactly
world.
what's happening. It's
Yeah.
been happening. They get to a safe zone,
See,
a
I
crazy
think-
guy comes,
see, you
just
shit happens,
spoiled that
new
shit.
characters come.
I have the
Same
opposite.
thing.
I actually think that
Right,
the
but that's
crazy
a
people
negative
are now Rick's group. You know, I mean, you have like
They are crazy.
You have. I mean, they essentially have post-traumatic stress. I mean, these guys have
Yeah.
you know the textbook PTSD, and you know this Pleasantville just opened up, and you know it's like these people have no fucking idea the devil that they just let into their lives.
Yeah,
you know?
it's-
And I think the crazy is going to be the self-inflicted gunshot wound caused by Rick's group.
You're right.
Oh, yeah,
That's a
no,
very
like,
good
these
point.
people who are there, they've been, like when they hear them talking about it in early episodes, they've been there since the beginning.
Yeah, they haven't seen
So
that
it's like
shit.
they don't know what it's like out there. So these people have this false sense of reality, and Rick's group they know.
Well, they're recording.
So,
she's recording the
Yeah.
each interview, and that you know, it's like, why do you do that? It's like, oh, so anybody can come back and look at it, so you know my story straight. Like that is diplomacy. Like that is a system of which no one in this group had any real structure on. So now they're in it, and like you have like a Bengal tiger in a nursery, you know.
Well, I want to say one thing, and I don't like that Rick shaved his beard.
Yeah, no, hey,
I love the beard.
he
He looked like a psycho with the beard. I loved it.
It was all symbolic, man. You can't shave when you're out there.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
now
but
he
that
can
beard
shave.
was awesome, and now he
Well,
just
it was
looks.
awesome, but-
Of course it was.
He
but
does not look as cool anymore.
That
But I
has-
still love Rick.
it you know, it goes back to the symbolism of it. Like now he's like back. He's more in like this
He's becoming a cop again, kind of.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's got, you know, he's
Now-
Constable.
Yeah, now you got 3 episodes left this season, and I'm sure you all know last episode got bumped up to an hour and a half.
right, which
Now-
is really exciting.
Kyle and I we have a pretty solid idea of what's going to happen.
I want
now.
to hear it.
No.
I want to hear
No.
it.
Fuck,
You
no.
didn't want to hear that.
No, listen.
He can close his
I
ears.
wanna
I want to hear it.
I want to hear what you guys speculate
From
what's
the
going to happen
non-comic book
from the non-comic book perspective, because I don't want
Sir, you go first.
What I think's gonna happen? Honestly, I don't know. Someone else has got to die to
that's
make
what
it
I'm saying.
interesting.
Look,
See, but that's what speculate.
I honestly, I think Daryl, I think something's gonna happen. They're gonna push for something, and it's gonna be more in the lines of readiness, like so that everybody has guns on them, so they have more of like a sentinel type of position, like an air base defense type thing.
Yeah.
And I think there's gonna try to be, for lack of a better word, a coup on like Rick's end, and I think Daryl's actually gonna foil that, or I have a feeling like Daryl has a big part to play, positive or negative in here, and that's just where I am, because I think the conscience is kind of lost.
I think they're gonna meet what's his face, Negan. Well, I can't say that if I'm not going based on the comics, then I can't say that.
they're not gonna. I tell you
Is it Negan or Negan?
I think it's
Negan.
Negan.
Negan, probably.
Negan.
But someone,
that. It's like Megan. with
People
an N.
who annoy you.
someone in the groups gotta die. They have too many people right now that they have enough room to start killing people again. So something's gonna happen that is gonna kill a prominent character or just kill off one of these fucking people like Abraham that I don't really care about, or the priest, Gabriel.
You don't like
So-
Abraham?
the Starship Trooper.
Abraham's
Abraham's awesome.
boss. Abraham's
Look,
great.
I can tell you right now the reason why I brought up the safe zones because I can see why if you haven't read the comics, watching the show up to this point might get a little tiresome.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
Well, it's one
it's
of my
way
favorite
less.
shows,
It's way
too.
less boring than the prison season.
The prison.
right?
sucked.
Exactly. So the
This
reason,
is a lot better.
the
You're
reason
right.
I mentioned that this don't suspect this safe zone because this is gonna be an important place for the show. Is that from here on out at this point in the story, it's gonna get way more interesting.
It is.
The world is changing.
Because now, not only do you have... Sorry.
No, go ahead. There's just
Okay. Now, not only do you have, zombies, they're always a threat, but they're like, they kind of, they get pushed back. Now
There's seasons.
It's the human element.
Yeah,
They're
but it's
seasoned. They're
but-
seasoned on zombies at this point.
Yeah, zombies are a moot point at this
and
point.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like,
always-
sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with you.
They're like, zombies are a threat. They will always be a threat, season or not, because they're always there. You're never safe outside the walls, regardless of something could always happen. But now, you have human problems, and that was always a threat. But now you have, like, a civilization that doesn't know. So it's like, it has the potential to be chaos within its own walls because of a bunch of... I lost my train of thought halfway through that.
One thing
So-
that's always hanging over your head too is you're just still with these group of people, and now things are kind of getting to be a bigger picture, making the world a good place again. Like the woman in charge of Alexandria, she was even talking about, making this a place where children can grow up and, progressing the world from this chaos.
Right.
So it's
optimistic, thinking that there's going to be a world to govern.
Right, but at the same time, you still only know this group of people. Even in any form of the story, there's always what's happening everywhere else.
Yeah.
This is only such a small part of the world, and it's like they're trying to get something going here.
Are you talking
But
about a
you-
Walking Dead spin-off? Is that where you're going?
That is
gonna
coming
be
out.
one. There is gonna be one. Yeah.
I want to hear.
Oh, I was joking.
I want to
That's
hear
terrible.
what you guys think's gonna happen in an hour and a half.
Without spoiling,
You can.
I
I
can't
think
say
I
it.
could be vague.
Go ahead and be vague.
So what I think is going to happen...
If you ruin this
Nah.
for
I
me.
will not ruin
I
it.
can't be vague. with
So,
It's a prediction.
what do you think... I'm going to ask you, what do you think about the woman that Rick... Obviously, you can tell Rick is interested in the blonde one. I can't remember her
Oh
name.
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
her name? What do you think of her and her husband?
He probably it might be abusive.
There's something off about that guy because of
Yeah.
the fact that he's sitting on his porch in the darkness, all creepy, whatever, when Rick walks
Yeah.
by.
So, all I'll say is in this season finale,
Maybe, or maybe she's just an adulteress. Maybe she, maybe.
keep an eye out for them in the season finale.
Okay.
They're definitely going to play a part in the season finale. Once and then
You shouldn't have said that.
I
That would've
will
been a huge
say. I will
surprise.
say. Speaking of this
you
girl,
don't know what's happening. I'm just saying they will be there.
I will say.
No, you can
No
put it up.
fear, no.
You can put it up.
I will say.
That was your one spoiler punishment.
I think this was a good thing that you guys had to know. Well,
I mean, it
anyway,
makes sense. I mean, I'm not,
but,
I'm not naive to it. I just,
It was such a minuscule thing. I could spoil
It's
the whole story
minuscule,
for
but
you.
it's not.
you
But
could.
I'm not gonna.
Go ahead.
But look,
A fucking day, I get the CEO HBO over here,
you know,
and we're gonna break your ankles.
Tony Two Fingers or whatever.
Yeah, Tony
The-
Two Eyes.
the
Gonna
girl,
come over here and Game of Thrones your ass.
So, this girl Jessie, the blonde girl, I think she's gonna play a more prominent role in the show than she has in the comic because she is in the comic, but she's more supportive only for the fact that Andrea is still in the comic,
Mm-hmm.
and they completely fucked Andrea in the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Ruined her character. Made I even hated her in the comic.
Oh, my
she's-
wife hated her.
In the comic, she's my favorite female character of The Walking Dead.
So you
Awesome.
think they're gonna make her kind of play the part of Andrea does
That's
in the
what
comics?
I'm thinking. She's
Now-
gonna fill in the gaps at some point, especially because they made her blonde in the show, and she's not blonde.
Makes sense.
And she kind of has the look.
And she's with Rick now in the comics, right? So maybe they'll be
She
together.
kind of has the look
Now-
going on, and this is kind of around the point of the story where things were developing with Andrea.
Yeah.
as well.
Kind of seems like they're gonna. It seems like they're actually gonna split Andrea's character into 2 characters.
Right.
Maybe
Because the way it's going is, in the comics, Andrea is like a sharpshooter. She's a badass. Like her character literally polar opposite from the show, and she like you see Sasha's like, put me up in the watchtower. I'm the best shot. Put me up in the watchtower. Andrea does that same damn thing pretty much.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like, okay, so now you got Sasha who's taking that kind of half of Andrea, and then you look at Jessie and you're kind of like, I see how she might take another spot that Andrea holds. So it's kind of like they're splitting her.
Rick's dick.
Rick's dick. so it's kind of like
New character, Rick's dick holder. That's what we got. Oh man, that's what we got. Because we can't have an interracial love affair happening on AMC.
Now, another thing about this season finale, big thing's gonna happen to one of Rick's crew.
Do you really think? Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Probably.
Do you think that's really gonna happen?
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I have to talk about real quick? Let me interject here. Last episode, we were discussing this. I thought it would have been, especially since Daryl's not a part of the comic, I thought it would have been the craziest and most hilarious thing if they revealed that Daryl was gay.
I think he
Well,
is.
that was the big thing before, but they already turned that down, said it wasn't gonna happen.
But come on, how funny would it be?
Kirkman is the biggest troll.
How
But
funny
he
would it
said
be?
that it wasn't gonna happen.
Because
People
all the
asked.
fangirls are like, "Oh, we riot if Daryl dies." Well, what if he's gay?
So they don't.
Listen.
So they can't kill him off.
They only can.
But they can. But they, I'm
Honestly,
sure
I think he'd be way more interesting if they make him gay.
Right.
Because all these fangirls.
the little 3-way between. Oh, that'd be so awesome.
That's
I would love.
there's more gay
what's
coming.
gonna happen. Those two are gonna go out on their little recruitment thing,
And
and
blow
they're gonna
each
hook,
other.
they're gonna hook up.
There's
That's awesome.
There's
And
more.
not that there's anything wrong with that. All right.
And he hasn't showered in like months.
Oh man.
I sincerely think
It's
that
like fermented dick cheese.
I sincerely think though that his
He looked
character
at him
would be
and
more
said,
interesting.
"Squirrels."
That's what he said. But I sincerely think that he would be a more interesting character with that kind
It'd
of
definitely be a
characteristic.
good. I think it would be a good.
It makes
thing.
sense because
Yeah.
O'Girl has been
Carol,
thrown.
yeah.
Carol's been, and listen, Carol looks good.
Yeah.
Carol is not an ugly woman.
Now I'm just imagining Daryl building that bike in that guy's garage with his shirt off.
Right.
Like, the guy's like peeking through the thing, and Daryl's just like bent over.
And then they're all
He does that
confused.
thing where-
Like, wait, no, now why is there blow? I don't understand. Steve Carell, go
He gets
away.
on. He gets on the bike and pulls the thing, and the water comes out of the sky.
Yeah, it's oil. It's just motor oil.
Yeah, that's so.
So she's pretty much since the end of season 1 has been throwing herself at him, and there's always been like that tension.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a death flag raised on her character because she's threatening children.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Yeah,
let's
she's
talk about
crazy.
that.
Best parenting ever.
That was nuts. I did not. I was like.
Do you want to be left in the woods or cookies?
I was like, damn.
Well, I have the Hue lighting system, right? So like I have apps that'll like listen to what's going on, and for whatever reason that scene, the lighting, the synchronous was terrible, and so when it doesn't know what to do, it just turns off. So it just turned off. She's like, "I'm gonna tie you to a tree," and I was like, "No." It was awesome.
Well, I can't wait for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
So actually, you guys made a good point about character development because I was kind of getting bored. But if they just started killing people, then it would be exciting.
Yeah,
you gotta
you
like start to
can't-
care about
it's
these
like-
people.
right.
You can't
Yeah.
really develop characters when you're out there too much. That's
Yeah.
more like the action scenes.
Yeah.
And things,
It's like Tyrese.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tyrese, like
That's terrible.
They
I
didn't
was
give
sick
you,
of him though. I'm
They
glad
didn't
killed
give
him.
you time to get attached to him. That's
Yeah,
one of
they
those
didn't really-
things they did. Like,
didn't
But
really do it justice.
but the amount of time I felt, the amount of time that we had, was, I felt more of a I mourned more for him, like when T-Dog died, and I fucking
See,
I
love
love
T-Dog.
I did
You know,
not.
and when
I
T-Dog
thought-
went down, I was like, oh.
I honestly thought T-Dog was like one of the most useless characters.
And T-Dog
like
went out,
Beth.
and T-Dog went out real bad too.
He
Yeah.
did.
Like
Yeah,
he,
did.
like,
He went out right before the whole prison thing.
you
happened,
know, but Tyrese when he went, it was just way more.
It was slow. It
But
was
I
brooding,
didn't. I was done with his character at that point. Like he got so tiring with just like his the way he described things, and he was always playing the same part with every person.
Well, he
you
was
know?
the moral compass,
But,
man.
like,
he was
he
the
was-
angler.
It was annoying though at
He
that
was
point. Like I was just like ready
so
for him to die. honestly. I was like done with him.
He was so less like that in the comic, really.
Like he was a really like
he was
like
a
he
good
was
dude.
one of the
like,
first
I
characters.
love the character. I love Tyree's character in the show. I'm sure he was great in the comic, but as far as
if you know him from the comic, it wouldn't taint your perception of the show, really.
Right.
You would just see him like how they underutilized his character.
Because he should have been around for 4 seasons.
There's like a couple real key scenes where like people would have been like, yeah, Tyrese, like fuck yeah.
I mean, when he claw hammered his way out of that horde, I thought was really.
See, and that was kind of underwhelming for us because, you mind if I say what happened in
No,
the comic?
It's
It's
back.
parallel. He was there in the prison earlier.
Mm-hmm.
In the prison, they were exploring other sections of the prison, and they found like I think it was a
It was a
gymnasium.
gym, yeah.
And something goes crazy, and they have to get out of there, but they have to leave Tyrese in there.
But see,
So they leave and they run back to the safe zone, and they come back hours later, open the doors, and there's just mountains of dead corpses with Tyrese just chilling in the corner, like, yeah, what's up?
yeah, but see, Tyrese didn't do that just because. Wasn't it because Carol died?
I don't even know really, but
Because I'm pretty sure he was pissed at something. Like he was
In the comic,
in the comic. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure it
because
was
in the show he had just lost his girl,
yeah.
and he was just on he was just
Yeah,
on
but
a
I
downward
believe
spiral.
in the comics it was either because in the comics he got with Carol and he got with was it Patricia? There was some other female character that he got with, and I'm pretty sure one of them died or something happened, and he just was not. He was in that fucking like, I'm gonna kill something. And
but
they do
also I
that,
think it would have
like-
been more effective if they had us sympathize him a little longer earlier on in the series.
Yeah.
Because they introduced him a little bit later than usual.
way later.
Plus the fact that
You guys are just fickle. Stop reading the comics.
Oh, look.
Never.
His out. You mind if I say?
If it happened
Hey,
before,
you mind-
already
you mind?
say it.
Can I tell you no?
His death should have been Herschel. He would
Right.
have been in Herschel's
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, no,
When
I know
the
all.
governor took the
No,
sword
I know
to
all
him.
that much.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, in my opinion, when I was reading the comic, that was way more like effective. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
You know?
after every episode, I will go back and try, or not. I'll usually wait a few episodes and then go back and try to research the parallel of what's happening with
right.
the comics. You know, yeah, and when I found that he was the one that actually should have been,
Yeah.
you know, in Herschel's place. You know,
Yeah.
I thought that was.
And then to just kill him off in kind of a nonchalant, realistic way. Like, yeah, there's still zombies you could get bit out here, but
I think it was the process.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I
just
think.
him going.
Yeah, I think it was the process of like, you know, he's dying, so like his brain, it's like very Jacob's Ladder, like he's like shooting off, like his brain's just firing off, and he's, you know, I think it was his flashback, like his life running, playing in front of his eyes, like all he's known is, for the longest time, has been this trauma, and it's
Right.
the most ingrained, embedded, you know, so, you know, I hear you where it's like he wasn't decapitated and he didn't run through more hordes of zombies with a claw hammer. I felt as far as the narrative of the show,
He did a good job.
and the development that they had, his limited time that they had with him, that character development arc, I felt it really filled the gap.
good.
And I think it also sets the precedence for now who's going to pick up the reins and be the group's new moral compass.
Yeah.
The question is the group gonna have a more compass?
Yeah.
You have to. I think it's just the nature of the group. You know what I mean? I would hope so, right? As far as the show goes, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Daryl's the wild card. You know,
You don't know what's gonna happen.
you
with
don't know
Daryl.
what's going on with him,
He's gonna be the gay moral compass,
which is cool.
which is cool.
Which is really cool.
Go for it.
Before we end this, do you think Morgan's finally gonna meet back up with Rick by the end of the season? Because I love that guy and I want him to be in.
Yeah,
it.
actually,
He
I think
probably will.
I think probably
The end.
no. If what I'm thinking is gonna happen, he should be soon. Possibly
tonight?
right before the finale.
He's gonna
like-
be in the show tonight. It's like 7:45.
Oh, okay.
We're calling it.
We're good. But like,
It's like-
I think we're good on
Prediction.
that.
He's gonna be here tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
But maybe
The
actually,
end of
maybe,
the episode tonight, he'll make it.
Maybe honestly, maybe.
The gates are gonna
Because he
open up and
wasn't
you're gonna
that far
see him.
behind.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wasn't
was
that
there,
far
he was
behind.
close.
And
What if? Sorry, one more thing. I know
Go.
the W's on their heads. They're showing them more, but
We're
isn't
not
that like
even-
way later ahead
We're
though?
not even gonna touch on the W's.
All
You
right.
guys are just gonna have to let that simmer.
All right.
Speculate. What do you think? What do you think it means?
I know what it means,
Not
but
you,
like,
well, not you. I
but-
pointed at eyebrows. Not you.
sorry.
Learn your place, maggot.
Did you wiki it?
No, I already knew. You told me.
Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah,
have
'cause you
the
didn't
comic
care.
strip on my
Oh
wall.
yeah, yeah. He's got the
Right,
comic
right,
in the
right.
loot crate, so
It's
he
a-
saw it.
yeah, I saw it.
I
that comic.
have no idea. I have no idea.
It's crazy. That's
Just
all
let
it
that
is.
mystery simmer.
It's
Yeah.
it's
No,
some narcissistic
it's-
fuck.
You
I
just
can
wait till
imagine.
that. You just wait till that pops up.
That is.
That's probably not till like next season or the
This
season
gonna,
after.
it's
No,
not
that's
gonna
gonna be a
spoil.
long
See,
time, yeah.
see, like there's a couple ways they can go about it. Obviously, they can't like they can bring it in earlier. I don't think they should. That whole storyline, they can bring it in earlier, but I don't think they should because there's a lot of other shit that happens. Obviously,
There's only
'Cause
one way they could bring
this
it
is
in.
happening.
Maybe they just sprinkled it in there for
Like
They
they're
did, yeah.
planting a
Easter
seed
egg.
for like
Yeah.
3 or 4 seasons later.
They do that though. They always plant.
No,
the
I'm
seeds.
saying maybe they just
But-
sprinkle it in there for the people who are on the comics.
Yeah, so you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
so you don't
crap.
feel cheated.
But
Yeah.
it's like you know,
But
it's
the
been
thing
throughout
was,
the season.
The thing was, even in the comics, that this particular thing doesn't happen with the carving. Into
Yeah.
into the
That's a
corpses.
new thing
But
that just started.
It's-
you could easily correlate it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But it's a new thing
All
that just started coming
we'll
up in the
say-
comics.
is the Whisperers. That's it.
That's it. We're
That's
ending this.
all.
We're ending this with the Whispers, and that's it.
And Marvel's Secret Wars.
We're not even gonna get into the Secret War, but
Shit.
all right, that's
and
it.
with that,
All right, go ahead,
we're
Kyle.
out. Nerd Underground Show number 3.
For-
Subscribe
for-
to the channel.
For anything,
Nug Life.
for any background
Nug
information,
Life.
yeah, Nug Life. Those shirts are
I'm
coming
getting
soon.
it tatted on my chest
Nug
once
Life,
I get
really?
abs.
I want to get those shirts.
Why is
Dude.
your chest? We need
Nug,
abs.
dude, are we gonna have?
Do we get Nug
We
Life?
need to have Nug
It's
shirts
gonna be
for
like Johnny Cage.
MegaCon.
Oh yeah, get my Nug.
Hey, I'm gonna get Nug shirts made, Nug Life shirts made for MegaCon for us.
I like it.
Nug Life, and then nerdunderground.net on the back, blah blah blah. But
Sweet.
for any other background and anything we talked about, check out nerdunderground.net. It'll be everything there, mostly everything.
Put there way more elegantly than we.
Yes, with better grammar
Yes.
This is
and,
the
and nice
passionate talk
pictures.
show, all right.
But that's it, and I'm Greg.
This is like Jerry
Where we
Springer.
deviate onto tits and other things.
He's
that
trying
don't
to
make
sign
any
off.
sense.
I'm
Let
trying to
him
sign,
sign
and
off.
long
Let him
haired
sign
warrior
off.
just keeps going on. I'm Greg. Donald, Kyle,
I'm still Michael.
Beard. That's it. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
listening and watching. We'll see you next time.